I looked across the courtroom at her rounded belly and felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, just the cold clarity of finality, like the last puzzle piece snapping into place. She wore white. Naturally. Subtlety had never been one of her talents. One hand was gently cradling her stomach, the other lingering by her side as her eyes darted toward the judge, calculating, like a chess player preparing to say checkmate. She thought the baby would be her masterstroke, an emotional bomb she could drop mid-trial to blow everything apart, then walk away with half of what I'd built. She was right about the blast, just wrong about who'd be left standing in the smoke. We met 7 years ago. I was grinding, building a business from the ground up. She was curating an image, building a brand. On the outside, we looked like the perfect pair, ambitious, driven, powerful. But while I was sweating through long nights, she was charming rooms with smiles and curated posts. She told me she loved my ambition. Said she loved me. What she really loved was the safety, the comfort of being tethered to something solid. The first warning sign came quietly. A text she swiped away a little too fast. Then came the nights out with friends that didn't match the GPS history. I chalked it up to stress. Told myself trust was part of love. I wasn't naive. Not completely. So I began to observe, silently. What I uncovered hollowed me out. The child wasn't mine. I learned the truth 3 weeks before the court date. A mutual friend slipped up in conversation, casually referencing her pregnancy, not realizing I hadn't been told. My world tilted. She'd kept it hidden for a reason. She meant to unveil it in court, a bombshell reveal. So I started investigating. There was someone else, younger, one of her business collaborators. But the images I found weren't professional. His hands were where they shouldn't have been. So were his lips. I started mapping the timeline, messages, hotel stays, and even a sonogram she'd carelessly backed up to our shared cloud storage. She wasn't clever, just careless, rushed, sloppy. I documented everything, quietly, meticulously. Then I called my lawyer. That day, everything shifted. No more heartbreak. No more wishing things could be fixed. This wasn't about love anymore. It was war. And in war, emotion is a weakness. Strategy is strength. I prepped in silence, shifted our finances into private trusts, froze our shared accounts under fraud alerts. Weeks before the hearing, I locked down everything I could. She thought the slowdowns were just court delays. Thought I was too distracted to notice. Thought she still had control. She didn't realize I already had the entire deck in my hands. The hearing fell on a Thursday, beneath a sky heavy with clouds. It felt appropriate. She arrived late, as if making an entrance on a theater stage, dramatic, composed, and confident. Her attorney looked smug. Her eyes sparkled with expectation. We hadn't seen each other in weeks. I'd kept my distance deliberately, letting silence feed her imagination. Did she think I was shattered? Desperate? Lost? I smiled. That smile knocked her balance. Her composure slipped, just a little. The judge called the room to order, inviting the proceedings to begin. Her lawyer stood and delivered a speech that sounded rehearsed, poetic, even. How she had supported me. How they had built an empire together. How she now faced pregnancy and uncertainty, vulnerable and alone. Then came the moment everything shifted. The judge, peering over his glasses with measured calm, asked, "Mr. Hale, are you the father of this child?" I turned to her. Let the silence hang in the air, heavy and deliberate. "No, Your Honor," I said clearly. "I am not." Her smile flickered, confusion flashing, followed by panic. "I have medical proof," I continued, my voice even, "and extensive documentation of my wife's ongoing affair. It's been going on for at least 6 months." I passed the judge a folder, neatly compiled evidence. Photographs, timestamps, messages, hotel bills. Everything organized. Bulletproof. Her lawyer reached out for it, his hand now trembling. Her mouth opened to object or explain, but no words came. Too late. The judge flipped through the contents, page by page. I watched her face fall with every turn, watched the subtle movement of her belly, as though the child inside could sense the ground shifting beneath her. Then the judge addressed her directly, tone sharper now. Mrs. Hale, are you maintaining that Mr. Hale is legally responsible for this child? Her attorney stuttered. She looked at me, panic in her eyes now. Desperate. That's when I leaned forward, not in rage, but with calm, controlled finality. You thought you were setting a trap, I said, low and steady. But you forgot. I don't bluff. I build. The judgment came quickly. The prenuptial agreement, once vulnerable under her narrative of shared success, now stood unshakable, reinforced by her betrayal. There would be no spousal support. The division of assets was minimal. Custody didn't apply. She came in believing the child would open the vault. She left with nothing but the child, and the crushing weight of her own mistake. It's been 4 months since then. She still reaches out, sometimes furious, other times pleading. The man she betrayed me with vanished as soon as he realized there was no payday coming. From what I've heard, she's struggling, emotionally, financially. I don't celebrate her downfall. But I don't feel sorry for her either. She misjudged me, believed that love had softened me, that betrayal would break me. But betrayal doesn't break, it hones. She struck the match. I burned the house down. Only I made sure I was the one standing in the fireproof room. Revenge is a craft. And mine left nothing behind to clean up.